Hello, this is B.V. Ramana teaching English. In this video, I would like to share with you the topic antecedent, key to identification of defining and non-defining relative clauses. Yes, with antecedents, we can easily identify defining and non-defining relative clauses. Let us initiate our discussion. The first question: what is a relative clause? Relative clause is a clause which starts with these words: who, whose, whom, which, that, where, when, why. Look at this one. Whom I met yesterday is an example for relative clause because this clause I met yesterday starts with this word whom. So this is a relative clause. Mere having these words before a clause cannot be, we cannot call the clause relative clause unless there is a noun phrase before it. That means the noun phrase that which exists before this clause is called antecedent. Here the man is an antecedent. So whom I met is a relative clause, whereas this man before this clause is called antecedent. So without antecedents, this clause cannot be called a relative clause. So by the with the existence of an antecedent only, the clause which starts with these words is called relative clause. So with the antecedent, we can easily identify whether this clause is a defining or non-defining clause. Even without looking at this clause, by merely looking at this antecedent, we can easily say that whether the relative clause concerned is a defining or non-defining clauses. So we have to give much more importance while teaching to the antecedents. Write relative clauses for the following antecedents. Let us first give the students some antecedents and they may be encouraged to come out with their own answers. Those answers may be like this. For example, this pen. They may come which I bought, like this. These tables, where I keep my books. That house, where I live. Robert, whom I talk to. My pen, which my father bought. Raju, they may come with the answer, who is my friend? Vishaka Express, the Vishaka Express, which arrives at 8:30 p.m. And like that, Suresh, who is a doctor. My sister, whose pen is here. This street where I played. Telugu film industry, which is famous for best actors. In this way, if the students are given the antecedents, then they may come out with the answers. That, that means they may come out with the relative clauses with the answers like this. Let us see some more examples. Here are some more antecedents. The 8:30 p.m. bus which I saw there, the reason why I came, the time when he reads. This is the boy who got first rank. That is the house where we met him. The meeting that or which I attended. The people whom I worked with. The teachers who taught English. Napoleon, who was a great man. Silk sarees which I bought. The peaceful place where we played. Like that, we can also give some antecedents and children may be asked to write some of the relative clauses. I mean the clauses starting with these words. Here are some more examples. This is the street, an antecedent, where my house is a relative clause. The express which I caught, the place where she lived, a famous engineering college which is in Srikakulam or where I studied, the theatre which is located in Pathapatnam or where Bahubali is exhibiting. Like this, without this, without these antecedents, we cannot expect a relative class. So the children will learn after these examples that without the antecedents, we cannot write a relative class. Now let us see whether the antecedents are self-explanatory. That means whether these antecedents can easily be identified by themselves or not. Let us see. Antecedents. That means this pen. When we say this pen, that is the antecedent, we can easily identify which pen it is. That means when we say this pen or that pen, then we can easily identify the antecedent. Then this class will be non-defining class because this class is not needed to identify this antecedent. So by looking at the antecedent itself, we can easily say whether the class beside next to it is a relative non-defining class or defining class. Look at this another antecedent. These tables, when we write these tables and those tables, then we can easily identify which tables they are. So then this class will be non-defining class because this class is not needed to identify this antecedent. And next one, that house. Whenever we say that house means we can easily identify this antecedent. That means the house. So this class will be non-defining class. And Robert, when we say the name, we can easily identify which person he is. So this is a non-defining class. My pen, when we say my pen, our pen, your pen, his pen, their pen, Rama's pen, like that, then we can easily say that which pen it is. Then this class will be non-defining class. Raju, here is a name. So this is a non-defining class. The Vishaka Express, here also the name of express is given. So we can easily say that this is a non-defining class. Suresh, name, we can easily identify who he is. So this is a non-defining class. My sister, we can easily identify by this antecedent. So this is a non-defining class. This street, whenever we say this or that, we can easily identify which street it is. So this is a non-defining class. Telugu film industry, we can easily identify which industry it is easily. So this is a non-defining class. So when the identifiers and the antecedents are easily be identified by themselves, that means they are the self-explanatory, then the clauses next to them are called relative clauses. Whenever we write the relative clauses, we have to put commas. That means relative clauses are to be kept between commas. Let us have a look at some other examples. The 8:30 bus PM. When we say 8:30 bus PM, then this antecedent is a self-explanatory one. That means it can be easily be identified by itself. That means we know which bus it is. So it is a non-defining class. So it is kept between commas. And the reason, when we say the reason, we cannot know which reason it is. So this is a defining class. The time, when we say the time, we cannot say which time it is. So it is a, when he reads will be defining class. This is the story. When we say this is the story, we cannot say this is the boy. That means when we say this is the boy, we cannot say which boy he is. That means we cannot identify the boy by the antecedent itself. When we had said this boy, we can easily say that which boy he is. But when we say this is the boy, we cannot definitely know which boy he is. So this is a defining class. Like that, when we say that is the house, we cannot say which house it is. If we had said that house, we can easily identify which house it is. Then it could have been this class could have been that non-defining class. But when we say this is the house, then we cannot definitely particularly say which house it is. So this is a defining class. Like that, The meeting, when we say the meeting, we cannot say which meeting it is. So this is a defining class. The people, which people they are, we don't know. So this is a defining class. The teachers, which teachers they are, we don't know. So this is a defining class. Napoleon, here name is given. So we can easily say who is the person. Then this is a non-defining class. So it is kept between commas, like that. The silk sarees, when we say the silk sarees, we can easily say that we cannot say easily that which silk sarees they are. So this is a defining class. And the peaceful place, which peaceful place it is, we don't know, looking at this antecedent. So this class will be defining class. Let us have a look at the some more examples. This is the street. When we say this is the street, we cannot clearly know which street it is. If we had said this street, then we can easily know. Then this class would have been non-defining class. Whereas when we say this is the class, we cannot say particularly which street it is. So this class is a defining class. The express, we cannot say which express it is by this antecedent. So this is a defining class. The place, we cannot know which place it is. So this is a defining class. A famous engineering college, which famous engineering college it is, we don't know. So this is a defining class. The theater, which theater it is, we cannot know by the antecedent itself. So this class will be defining class. Friends, by looking at this antecedent, it might have been clear to you that if the antecedent is self-explanatory, by looking at these antecedents, if we can easily say which one it is, then this class will be non-defining class. When these antecedents, looking at the antecedents, if we cannot say which ones they are, then this will be defining classes. Let us take an exercise from the textbook. This is the peaceful place. This is an antecedent. Then the children may be asked to write a relative class. This may be the answer, where I lived. Then by looking at the antecedent, we cannot say which place it is. So this is a defining class. The Mahaprasthanam is a popular book. Here the antecedent is not Mahaprasthanam but a popular book. Then from looking at the popular book, the children may be asked to write a relative class. They may write like this, which I read. So after writing this one, we may ask, can we know from the phrase a popular book, which book it is? We cannot say. By looking at this antecedent, we cannot say which popular book it is. So this is a defining class. Next one, Suresh is here an antecedent. Then children may be asked to write their own answer, that is their own relative class. They may write like this, who is my brother, or who is a doctor, like that they can write. Whatever they write, by looking at the Suresh itself, we can easily say that who is this person. We can easily identify this antecedent by its name itself. So this is a non-defining class. So it is kept between commas. Is this the street? When we say this is the street, we cannot say which street it is. Then this class will be defining class. The express. When we say the express, we cannot say which express it is. So even without looking at this class, we can say that this is a defining class. The place. Which place it is, we don't know. So even without looking at this class, we can say that the class next to it is a defining class. This is a famous engineering college. A famous engineering college is an antecedent. So this antecedent doesn't give its identification. That means we cannot easily identify which famous college it is. So this is a defining class. Like that, my sister. When we say the my sister, this is an antecedent. Then by looking at this antecedent, we can easily say who is this person. So this is a defining class. So sorry, non-defining class. So it is kept between commas. And next, the theater. Which theater it is, we don't know. So the clause next to it is a defining clause. And next one, in this example, the antecedent is Telugu film industry. Telugu film by the antecedent itself, we can easily know which industry it is. So it is a non-defining clause. So it is kept between commas. Let us look at another exercise. The meeting. Here the meeting means which meeting it is, we don't know. So this clause is a defining clause. The people. Which people they are, we don't know. So this clause is a defining clause. The teachers. Which teachers they are, we don't know. So this clause will be a defining clause. Napoleon, name is there. So by looking at the name, we can easily identify which who is this person. So then this clause will be non-defining clause. So it is kept between commas. The silk sarees, which silk sarees they are, we don't know. So this is a defining clause. Well, friends, by looking at only the antecedents, we can easily say whether the clause concerned, that means the clause next to it is in a defining clause or non-defining clause. That means if the antecedents, by looking at the antecedent, if we come to a conclusion that whether the antecedents are self-explanatory, that means if the antecedents can easily be identified by themselves, then the clause next to it is called non-defining clause. If the antecedents are not self-explanatory, that means if the antecedents are not identified by themselves, then the clause next to them are defining clauses. Well, friends, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel by tapping subscribe button on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching. Namaste.